Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. The purpose of this webinar is to introduce Unify's new product, an mFiles add-on AI document kit. But let me first introduce everyone. So my name is Ines, and I'm a product marketing associate here at Unify. Today with me is also Unify's COO, Alan De Biagi, who will also say a few words first. And then today's speaker, Dino Grgic, will take over. Dino is Unitfly's software engineer, and he will share all the details about AI Document Kit. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat box during the presentation, and we will address all of your questions in the Q&A session after the presentation. And just a note that this webinar is being recorded, and we will send the recording in a follow-up email. So that's it for me. We can start now. Alan, you can take over.
Yeah, thank you, Ines. It's glad to see all of you here. I think this is the most attendees that we have on any of our webinars. The idea with AI Document Kit, basically the whole concept is the same as we had with the extension kit, with one little twist, and that twist is that as we have the great cooperation and exchange of feedbacks with extension kit customers and extension kit partners, we wanted to include all of you in this early stage to show you what we currently have, what we are doing, and what our plans are for AI Document Kit. We had a great feedback in Madrid on mFiles conference regarding the AI Document Kit. So I would like to encourage you to share your feedback, to share your ideas after this webinar, and to ask questions. Thank you. Dino, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Alan. Thank you for the introduction. I will lead you through this presentation and talk a little bit more about AI Document Kit. So this is the agenda for this presentation. We'll go through the introduction, a little bit about AI Document Kit, how it is technologically works, a little bit of a background. And then we will go to the product demo where I will show you examples of invoice classification and extraction of metadata and contract, specifically NDA extraction of data and metadata saving. So just a brief introduction. AI Document Kit connects to the Azure AI Form Recognizer service to analyze documents and extract data and save that data as metadata. The key features are that we can automatically classify documents without coding. We can set up configuration in mFiles admin that will allow us to connect the features that are returned from the Azure AI to the metadata card, and then we can save the data. Also, the features of AI Document Kit are creating your own custom models. So we will see that we have some models that are pre-built that we can use on Azure, and there are the ways we can create custom models for specific customer needs. So the models are tailored specifically to your use case. And also the possibility of deploying this model on Azure cloud, but also and paying with pay-as-you-go method, and also on-premises deployment, which will allow you that your data doesn't go anywhere beyond your organization. Only the billing information then is necessary to pay the service. So how does the AI Document Kit work? We have two parts of the application which are core. One is IML application. This is the interactive application that you will see through the metadata card that will show you the analyze button. And this is the part of the application I will show you in the product demo. We call it interactive because when you click the analyze button, the whole process is then started of the classification and extraction of the metadata, and then you can tweak the output that you get from the models before you save the the, the object. Second part is the VAF application, which we will work on the next quarter. It will work like extension kit in a way that there are background bulk processes, there are automatic classification of data, extraction of on-object modifications, also creation of aligned data, for example, from invoices. So if we would like to analyze an invoice when it's created in M files, what we would do is then we would extract the data, and we will allow you to create line items from invoices in as separate objects in the vault. So this is the plan. Plan is for us to finish IML application to the end of this quarter and give you access and demo, so you can try, click on analyze, and see what you can do with our models. And there is a VAF application coming next quarter, which will work in the background and will automate and do all of these processes in the background. So this is a pipeline that we set for AI document kit. First, we have mfiles document. When we click on analyze for this part of AML application, for VAF application, that would be any changes to the object that we want in the vault, or object creations, or any specific triggers. We'll then call Azure custom classifier that will classify that document if it's not already classified. So Azure custom classifier will return us if the document is invoice, if the document is contract, or if the document is of some classes that we do not have pre-built models in Azure. Then we would go to Azure general document and extract all of the key value items, or all of the items that can be extracted with general document models. So there is a possibility actually to extract all the necessary data that you can extract with general documents if there are not already pre-built models specified for your document case. And then what we can do is tailored to your case is set up a Azure custom model, which will extract the informations in the way that you might want, tailored for your organization and for your case purposes. So maybe sometimes the custom model might work better for your case, that is maybe suitable for your case. So there is a way that we can create and connect to custom models and extract the necessary data. Here's kind of a roadmap of our plan that I already talked about. So the first version, the version that awaits us at the end of this quarter, is interactive AI document analysis through the metadata card, to the analyze button. The features that we support with this version will be classification with custom Azure intelligence models and pre-built models such as invoice, contract, receipt, and general document. Also, there will be a lot of additional features. One of them is logging, so you will be able to see the actual logs and report to us and ask us for support if needed. And you can then log then to disk, event log, and external dashboards if you want to. The second version, what we are calling the first version, is just a extension of AI document kit. It's VAF application for automatic custom model creation, for automatically provisioning the Azure resources. So when you want to create a custom model, we will have a way to automatically provision document intelligence service, Azure Blob storage. So everything that you want will be automatically provisioned for you. Also, a way to automatically create Azure custom classification, and also incremental training for custom Azure classification models. So, for example, if you want to, you can add more examples to your custom model so the classification works better. If you have some, let's say that another type of invoices that you are trying to classify, but you are not satisfied with the classification outputs that you get already from the custom models, then you will do incremental training on your model so that you get a better classification results. This version of VF application also corresponds to the bulk classification, extraction of data, and everything in the background, creation of line items that I already talked about. Also, dashboard with available classification extraction models on your Azure resource that you already have. So I will now share the screen for you to show you the demo. So here we have our M-Files vault. And what I will do now is I will use these documents that I have in the folder and drag them to M-Files vault and see what I can get and extract from these documents. So for example, let's go with this invoice. I would then drag and drop the invoice to our M-Files application. Let me cancel this operation and try it again. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So what happened right now is that this document was automatically the analyze button that you can see that I talked about in the EML application. The analyze button clicks itself automatically when you drag and drop the documents. So the process of analyzing starts automatically. And then you have these outputs from the model, which are suggestions for the properties that you want to set. So when you click on them, you will see that one by one you can add the properties and the values of the properties. Why this mode is called interactive is because when you press on, you see that we have this email. This email should be mentioned somewhere here, right there in the document. And when we press on it, we can then save it, and we can interactively change the data. So if something of an output from the model is not working correctly, then we would want to maybe modify the value before we save it. So for example, for the total amount, we can see that we have a suggestion with higher suggestions. So suggestions to the left or to the top, if we have in this layout, are the suggestions that are more confident. So the model is more confident that the total amount is this one, not this one that is actually without a without a VAT, so without tax. So what we would do is maybe we would want to remove the currency symbol, and then we would save the document. We are also working with the features that will automatically, through regexes, to already pre-built regexes that will extract and maybe clean up the data before you save it. So this is also going to be a feature of AI Document Kit. And then when you click on and select all of the correct data, then you can save the document to your vault, also creating a class. Let me see. Okay, and then we have a invoice already in the vault, and we can also press an analyze button on it. So this also works for documents that are already in your vault. You can press the analyze button. We can preview the document so we can see that the data we got is actually correct. And then we can press on the necessary data that we got from our model, maybe modify it and then save it. This also works for contracts. So for example, I have here an NDA that is filled in with some lorem ipsum data. And when I drag and drop it, also the whole analyzation process starts automatically because we drag and dropped the document. And then after a few seconds, we should get a response that shows maybe the class and just the date, because we don't have any information we don't have any additional information filled in. So the model will return us all the values that it can gather and all the values it can process before we save the actual document. So this is just a short product demo which shows you the EML part of the application. The VAF part of application will do all of these processes in the background. And maybe if you are not satisfied with the confidence that of the model of the return property, maybe we would then set you a workflow state which puts document in the state in the review, where there you will need to check if the automatically saved data is one that you wanted to be saved, if the confidence is not high enough. So I will press stop sharing and return back to the presentation. So now we are ready for the QA and all of your questions.
All right. Thank you, Alan, and thank you, Dino, for your presentation. And we have a few questions in the chat, so we can start answering them.
Yeah, so let's go with the first one, with from Daniel. So how CPU intensive is the running of the AI kit, or do you need a separate server? So everything is done in the, so the training is done in the cloud. So what we are doing here, we are sending information to the cloud service. If your question is it done, if everything is done on the premise, it's still not CPU intensive and you don't need a separate server. But for that, we can directly speak with you, because the way how everything is installed on the premise is in the separate container. So it can be also managed on the container based level. How to learn changes is, so in the first stage, it doesn't learn. In the second stage, when you are entering the data, it will also send the data back to the service, so the service can learn. So in the third stage that we didn't present here, we will also have the interactive way where you will be also able to see the confidence level, and you can also change the things that you already have. So when what Dino showed you, for example, with what was the invoice value, right, Dino, where
Yes,
he removed the currency, and he just left the value. Then this will be sent to the service, and service can learn from it, and then when it learns, it can return the value without the currency. So that's how the system will work. But here we are talking on fine tuning. We are not here talking how the new custom model will work. That's something else. How well does the model work with multi lookup field? I think we have the similar question from Dario. Can we also identify the objects with vendor name is linked to the correct object? Yeah, so the same thing. So we will search, we will then find the best match. It doesn't, so with the M files extractor, or you can only use when it's value list, but it has to be the same. Here we will do the best match. Maybe we will remove the dot, maybe we will remove something, and we will do the best match. And you will be able also to configure that. If it's a 100% match, then it's the same object. If maybe it's 90% match, maybe you will be satisfied with that. The same is with multi lookup fields. What's the difference between the analyze function and the mfiles information extractor? So information extractor works with regex, I think, and only with the value list. Here, when you're learning the model, we can extract all the data and then compare it. It doesn't matter if it's value list behind it or object list, then we can compare with that. If it's not, we will do the best. We will do the best match with the information that we got based on confidence level. We have a lot of questions here. How to train the model? Dino, would you like to share that information here with Matthew?
Yeah. So we have 3 types of models that we can train. 2 basically. First model that we can train is custom models, custom classification models. So training of the custom classification models would work from our side that we will provide you the way to do a search from the M files to see what type of documents that you're working on, send those data to Azure Blob Storage. This would work internally on premises. Now I'm just speaking of the cloud version. You would send the training data, that will be just a subset of your data, to the Blob Storage and create folders based on the classes that you have. So for example, if you have multiple types of invoices, for example, 5 types of invoices, 5 folders would be created in your Azure Blob Storage, which will then train the model to maybe classify the specific invoice. So you get the class of the specific invoice, not just generally of the invoice. That is the custom classification model process. The custom extraction model process works that you need to send the data, and then it depends if you have structured or unstructured data. Structured data, you need to basically use previous pre-built models to check what type of data you want to extract. So you would use pre-built invoice model that will highlight all of the data that is in your document, and then you will add additional data through the portal right now through the portal, and then you will use this type of data for training of the model. The unstructured data works the same, but that type of model only works for English documents, and the training of the model requires some additional time. So your model for extraction could be trained in 10 minutes, but unstructured model training works. The training time is about an hour. That is kind of a basic answer. So we have some custom models, and there are some minor differences between them and how we would want to use them. Hope this answers your question.
All right, thank you. Alexander also asked a question. Could we simply consider that it is an advanced IML, as today it already purposes data as you've shown?
Yeah, probably is the best answer. So the idea behind all this is to, so as Dina show you, you can the classifying is one thing, and the second thing is to extract the data, and we are using, so it's chained. So based on the class that you have, it will go to the certain model. We can also build the custom models. So it's more than advanced, and at the moment it's IML. In the next quarter, this will be the VFE application. It will be also connected with IML. You can use the analyze button, or you can create your own rules, and also you create your own custom models. So yeah, it's more than advanced IML.
All right. The next question is there any need for doing external OCR?
I can take that one. So the Azure service actually provides you with OCR in the pipeline. So when you send your documents to the service, and when you want to extract or classify the data, OCR is done by their OCR services. You can also specify the high resolution OCR, which may cost you more in the pay-as-you-go model, but will allow you a feature of high definition OCR, which maybe provide you some more quality results in your models.
All right. The next question is, what edition of M files can it be used on?
Yeah, on every edition. So the idea is, as we are using Azure services, it's paid per use. So probably we will do some kind of batching of the number of files, and it will be pricely affordable for everyone, and you can use it on every edition of the M files.
Okay, thank you. The next question. Which cloud service are you using? As in Swiss market, this is a sensitive topic.
Yeah, same is with the German market and Canadian market and so on. So yeah, we had that question, and we are using the Azure services, but this service can be provisioned in your region. It's for us is the same. So if you are from Switzerland, it will be provisioned to the Switzerland region, from Germany, German region, Canada region. So yeah, the data will stay on in your region.
Okay. The next one, there are a lot of questions. The next one is, what is the server location? Do we need to set up our own Azure tenant, or does this go through your tenant?
So a similar answer to the last question. So it can be provisioned to any region that you want, and we are talking about the Azure AI service. So that's where the service is. We can. So idea is that we will provision the service for you. If you have your own tenant, then you can use your own Azure tenant. We will just provide you with the license for using your own service.
Okay, two more questions from the same user. So how well do the pre-trained models work in languages other than English? And what about the cost of the product?
Okay, Dino, you can answer regarding the languages, because there are a lot of languages that are supported there. Regarding the cost is per document currently. So the Azure service is charging per document. So our idea is to also have the same pricing. Maybe we'll just have a bulk of requests in the license, and we will not differentiate a lot from the current Azure cost.
Yeah, regarding the pre-trained models in languages, so pre-trained model work on, I think, 80 plus languages. There is that information on the Microsoft website, but they do work on most of the languages that you will need. Also, what Azure allows us, when you run the service and when you run the document, the language will be detected. So if you have, for example, multiple languages of multiple pages, the language will be detected for each field. So if one field is in French and one field is in English, that is also the capability of Azure AI models. Only the custom unstructured document models work for now only in English, but these are the ones where we custom train your model.
Okay, thank you. The next question, would clients have to get Azure subscriptions, or does this product include this?
So this product will include the Azure So you don't need Azure subscription. We will provide you with all the services. So our idea is to also provision everything in the automatically provision everything for you. So this is the subscription to the service, to the blob storage and everything. So it will be included in the license, and it will be automatically provisioned.
Okay. Can it run on closed network or must be run on the cloud?
It can be run on-prem. Only thing that you need to provide once a month to the Azure is to how many requests did you have. So you will have the outbound connection to the Azure service just for providing how many requests did you have to the model. So
All right.
everything else, your data, the model, everything else it can be at your environment.
Okay, and two more questions from Daniel. How to learn classes? Individual customers have individual classes and class structures. And also, do I need to learn every customer from beginning?
Dino, would you like to, or should
Yeah.
answer it?
Now it depends. You can use maybe a custom classification model, which is like generally it can detect that the document is invoice or the document is NDA, for example. But if you have specific needs, then you will need to learn the custom models for your own customer's sake. So there is a way that you can use custom models that do classifications that already have some pre-trained data and that work well on your model, but that work well in your case. But if you find that this model is not working well in your case, then we could provision you the custom model for your specific needs and on your specific documents that you have.
Yeah, but that's for the extracting data. If you just want to use classification, that we would need to five example for each class that you would like to have it learned, and that's it. So the idea is that is when you install the application, the AI document kit, when you configure which classes you would like to have like to use for classification, it will send a few examples to the service and it will train the model, and then you can automatically you can then use it for classification. And then that's for that vault. So it will learn quickly. You can use it, and that's per vault.
Okay, Daniel just asked one more question, and that would be the last question for today. So could you provide your pre-trained class structures?
We did consider using custom models, other custom models, or custom models. Not at this moment, but if you have something in the Azure service, then we can talk with you specifically and see how you can use your service and deploy it. But yeah, we are considering that too, and also for the future to consider using other services, not just Azure.
Okay, and Frederick also said, awesome tool. What about content in multiple languages? Any way to use a specific model based on content language?
Yeah, Dino, you mentioned that.
Yeah. You can use already pre-trained models. You can maybe, if you want to, you can make a custom model that will be specifically tailored to your language if the outputs and the confidences of already existing models don't work for you. There is a way that you can train a custom model that will do extraction on multiple languages, but if you want to, you can make a custom model that will work just for your language specifically, and maybe you can train it that has a higher confidence.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you, Alan, and thank you, Dino, and thank you to everyone here who has joined us today, and thanks for participating in the chat. If you want the early access to the free trial of AI Document Kit, you can leave your email address here. The link is in the chat box, and we will then notify you when the free trial is going to be available. So enjoy the rest of your day. You will get the recording in the follow-up email, as I mentioned earlier, and we'll see each other in our next webinar. So goodbye.
Thank you all.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.